Jackie Club. Alright, everyone's trickling in. Let's see, Dart Boy's online. Who else we got? I was hoping Rubber would join. Okay. Yeah, we've gotten some more action in the chat this week, which has been great. Definitely love to see that, and it's good to see everyone starting to contribute more different ideas and give some direction to some initiatives in the project. So yeah, also thank you everyone for showing up again. Cool, let's dive in. Let's see, Michael is not on stage today. Alright. Cool, so it is 10:18 a.m. I will edit the recording to begin now, essentially. So let's get started. So Town Hall, Cannabis Genome DAO Town Hall number 4 begins. We are making slow but steady progress in a few different areas. The implementation continues to move forward, primarily mostly in the research phase and the establishment of feasibility and clear roadmap. And partnerships continue to grow. Our membership continues to grow, and we're definitely getting some more attention, and people are getting excited as I speak to, so more and more people are coming over slowly but surely. Getting that momentum going. So welcome to our new joins in the Discord server. So we've got Robin from the alpha.DataUnion.app. That is a potential partner that we could be working with coming up. So they're building on Ocean Protocol. I'll go more into that. Had an awesome call with Robin this morning. 0x Hillary, 11 Dash Ali, Billgood, Brian D, and BlakeBilly. So BlakeBilly, Billgood, welcome. Not sure if you guys were able to jump on the call last week, but I noticed you joined about a week ago, so happy to have you. Cool. So last week we covered a few different things. We're probably going to be on mostly the same topics this week. And again, those meeting notes can be found in the general chat. They're hosted on Notion. So yeah, let's dive right in. The first topic of this week is grant applications. And things are moving slow forward, again, just with most things right now, but Ocean DAO, we have been in touch with them. About 2 weeks ago, I contacted them to revive the grant application that was submitted in the beginning of December, and try and get some more feedback and refine that and prepare that for an upcoming grant funding round. So they, the project guidance working group suggested that we could get a couple people from their team to help us, but they are stretched pretty thin. That group is still growing, so we have not gotten any guidance back from them yet. However, I did join the CoreTech working group call as well yesterday, and the Ocean DAO Town Hall, and there is interest in helping us to implement Ocean on near after the Ocean Protocol v4 launch, which is coming up very soon. Within the next month. So they don't have a hard date yet for the V4 launch, but they are basically they've gotten a lot of things implemented. They're just doing some final testing and preparing the integration with the existing platform. So that they can go live. Other pending grant applications are Gitcoin, Center for Biodiversity, and so that can all be found in the grants page, subpage on Notion. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say there. If anybody is interested in participating in providing feedback or writing or researching additional grant applications, please do raise your hand. Please do let me know either in the chat. You can just drop something in the general chat. Definitely feel free to join the Treasury and Finance Guild. That is where some of these conversations have been happening as well. So scroll down to the Join a Guild channel. Select that emoji to add that role to your profile in the server, and then you'll be able to access the Treasury Finance Guild channel. So we need volunteers. We need more people to get involved. So if any of you are hearing any of this and you think that is something you'd be interested in, please do feel free to raise your hand, jump up on stage, drop something in chat. Let's get the conversation going, because that's what's going to help this project move forward. Is many hands make light work, right? We've got a pretty solid plan of action here, and it's just a matter of starting to get it done. So we need everybody. Anybody can contribute to this DAO. It is not just solely for scientists and cannabis growers. We are a community, and we want to expand this community and support the core functions in a variety of different ways, including designing and writing, updating our website. So we don't have to be a fancy web developer to do that. Right now, our website is built with a basic drag and drop editor. But hopefully we can expand and improve that. We need people who are just in the DAO space, right? Who just know what's going on with DAOs and can help us sort of manage the Discord, bring people in that are interested in, spread the word, provide feedback on the white paper and tokenomics and governance and all these sorts of things we're starting to implement. So please, if you're interested in any of these things, especially if you have experience, if you want to learn, this is a great way to do it. So DAOs are a great way to learn while you do stuff, while you build. So moving on down the list, last week we also discussed Treasury diversification, and that's sort of what I was playing on while I was waiting for everybody to hop on the call. But essentially we've got some near transferred over to the Ethereum mainnet, and that has been held up being unable to be swapped because we don't have Ethereum on mainnet. So moving a little bit over to transferring some near from the near mainnet to the Aurora EVM chain, which is Ethereum compatible, and we can swap near for Ethereum there using basically on the near network, and then transfer that Ethereum from the Aurora chain to the Ethereum mainnet. So Aurora acts as a bridge between those two, and once we get that little bit of extra Ethereum on the mainnet, we'll be able to actually perform the swap from our near to the Ethereum, and then move that into the multisig. So yeah, at this point, Rogue Leader and myself are the only people who have volunteered to be on multisig, and we are looking for people to join the Treasury and Finance Guild and participate and signal that they are interested there and earn their way onto the multisig, so that we can expand the diversification and the robustness of our Treasury management. So contribution tracking, we have a Coordinape circle. It is still being built up. The basic application requirements to join Coordinape will be that you are a member of the DAO, and membership can be obtained through first obtaining your guest pass, going through the onboarding steps, and then participating in the chat and applying for membership. So there is a channel in the up at the top in the welcome section called Membership Apps, and so in that channel you will find a link to a membership application where you can fill out your personal info. Nothing that is going, no first names required. You can feel free to use an alias email address, but essentially we just want to get people literally on a roll, on some sort of list where we can say, okay, this is how many people we have who are indicating their interest in membership, and then we can approve. So once you've been approved for membership and you started to participate in the DAO, then you can apply to the Coordinape circle, and that will be a way for us to reward each other for our contributions and track our contributions prior to token launch. And so I'm going to be turning all of this into a nice little graphic diagram, a little infographic showing the process to join and to contribute, and how that will lead to remuneration for contributors. So I think hopefully a little graphic diagram like that will be something that we can kind of have up front and explain to people how they can get involved a little bit more easily, and that their efforts will be considered and rewarded. So similar to that, we've already got Me6 in the tracking activity in the chat. Not sure exactly how that's going to be incorporated into any sort of remuneration system, but it is a way to track and sort of provide some sort of quantification to activity, engagement, social activity. We've also got everybody's favorite POAPs. So yeah, these calls are being recorded. POAPs will be issued retroactively once they get around to it, but that will be a way to distinguish who has contributed and who has participated in these calls and who showed up. So if you're here, great. And then lastly, governance, right? So I've been dropping a couple of polls in the chat, and all members of the DAO, once you've achieved that status, will have the current permissions to activate polls through Sesh, the Sesh bot. And so that is our current only form of real, decision making that is trackable and sort of definitely quantifiable. But in the future, we could be incorporating additional ways to measure decision making, such as setting up a discourse and having polls on discourse. So that's a little bit more permanent and easy to access in terms of a record of long-standing bigger topics we want to maintain that documentation for. But open to any sort of other ideas for tracking and awarding basically these some sort of governance rights to our contributors. So I'm gonna just invite everyone again to please share your thoughts on that, either now by raising your hand or by dropping something in the chat. So a totally open conversation. So that is the meat of what we covered last week, and again, it's just sort of updates. There's a couple updates in there this week in regards to all those things, but again, things are moving forward across the board, slowly but surely. And weekly events, again, just another reminder that our Monday Genome Jam has been moved until 4 p.m., actually 4:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this will allow us to have a more relaxed environment where it's an open discussion, anybody can speak, it's not one person up on stage, hopefully soon more people up on stage, but which is the format for our town hall, which is sort of just weekly updates. But on the Monday Jam, it's just open discussion. We frankly don't even have to talk about cannabis and genomes and science. It can be anything. We'll just be chatting, getting to know each other. I think that's an important part of forming a community. So if we're all here, we'll all hopefully have something in common and we can hang out and talk about it. So let's do that on Monday at 4. Wednesday, the working session at 9 a.m. So that is directly after the Ocean DAO Town Hall. So the Ocean DAO Town Hall and the Ocean Core Tech Working Group, those are both on Wednesday morning. Core Tech at 7 a.m. Pacific. Ocean DAO Town Hall at 8 a.m. And then our Wednesday working session is at 9. So that's just a 3-hour back-to-back for me for working on implementation and alignment with Ocean Protocol, as well as their community, engagement with their community during the town hall, and then bringing that to the working session at 9 a.m. and doing some stuff for actual Genome DAO, and recording all that information and hopefully getting some implementation work done on a Wednesday morning. So it's really me just firing all cylinders, putting a few things together, getting things ready for the town hall on Thursday. So if you want to participate in that, that's definitely more on the operations, implementation, governance, getting stuff done sort of meeting. So, and then Thursday, today, our town hall at 10 o'clock Pacific time. So, if anybody has suggestions for different meeting times or other types of initiatives and meetings and groups that you would want to form, please, by all means, drop that info in the chat and let's get some people together and make this happen. Cool. So, partnerships. Again, more just across the board movement, but some good stuff going on here. So I mentioned briefly Robin from DataUnion, who is one of our recent joins in the DAO, the Discord. So he, and DataUnion in general, is a layer built on top of Ocean Protocol. So they are focused on providing additional features to the Ocean system, essentially, the tech stack, that expand and improve upon what Ocean has already done. Right, Ocean has built fantastic software that enables this open source marketplace, a data marketplace, and has all these great permissions and ability to do analysis on data without even downloading the data, right? But then there's missing a few key things that would be important, such as being able to aggregate data and query it. And so those are things that our DataUnion are working on. And they've got, so it's sort of just like an additional, it's very similar to Ocean Protocol, right? It's just sort of it's like Ocean Pro, kind of, like it's Ocean Protocol with extra stuff. And so that, yeah, they're a pretty cool project. And I met with Robin this morning for about half an hour on a one-to-one call, and it definitely seems like there's a lot of alignment. He's volunteered to give us some feedback on our Ocean DAO grant application because he's gotten about 30 approved so far and working on about 30. So he's got quite a good experience working with the Ocean ecosystem and the Ocean DAO team. And yeah, so fantastic to be in conversation with him and getting some feedback and help on our grant application and continued involvement in the Ocean ecosystem. So hopefully Robin will be able to join us for some of these calls, but he is in Europe, so it's quite late for him already. Let's see, and then Ocean Protocol, as mentioned previously, continued participation with the Coordinape Working Group and Project Guidance Working Group. Those are the two subgroups in the Ocean DAO that are able to help us get our grant approved and into the funding round, and also to who could potentially support us and provide guidance as we work on our implementation.
Morning.
Good morning. And the Cannabis Genome DAO is going to Denver. So I will be in Denver for a week for ETH Denver. The first 2 days I'll be there. I will be helping to, volunteering and helping to put on DAO Denver, which is a over 750 person confirmed event. It's in a 3-story amphitheater style nightclub with 2 full days of speakers, workshops and networking, party on the 15th in the evening at that same location. There's a bunch of the big names in the DAO space are sponsoring this event. It's going to be big. This is going to be one of the first DAO centric events ever. I know of 2 others that have happened in the past year, one in Paris, one in Lisbon. But ETH Denver is the largest blockchain conference in the world, and it's 2 weeks long, essentially a week of build and then a week of actual events, speakers and talks and networking and things. So this is going to be very big, and the DAO Denver event is officially in cooperation and partnership with ETH Denver. So the nightclub, the space that they were able to obtain and rent for the event was essentially it was reserved by ETH Denver, but they allowed the DAO Denver team to come and reserve that in their place. There's going to be ETH Denver events happening literally directly adjacent to the DAO Denver event. It's actually technically under the same roof. And it's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be really cool. If you're interested in DAOs, meeting people in big DAOs, people changing the DAO space, all the big names are going to be there. So get your tickets if you can. We have a discount code for anyone who is in Cannabis Genome DAO. You don't necessarily have to be a member. If you're here and you can get the code, then you can use the code. So the code is 20% off. It's CANA20 for tickets for DAO Denver. So if you're going to be in ETH Denver, if you're going to be in Denver, if you can make it at all, that'd be fantastic. I'll be there. It'd be great to meet anyone. Cool. So those are the big updates with partnerships. The rest of the stuff is pretty much the same information as last week. Yeah, not too much else updating there. So I'll just skip over the remainder of the partnerships, although they've been included just for completeness on the agenda. Okay, so then the implementation. So primarily we've been working on the feasibility and roadmap for implementing Ocean Protocol on Near, and at this point, and there are, again, there's great support and great interest. Had a great conversation with the Coordinape Working Group yesterday morning, discussing this project. That's how I ended up meeting Robin from Data Union. So this is moving forward, and then they provided Trent, one of the founders of Ocean Protocol, personally provided sort of a step-by-step walkthrough of how someone like myself, who's not necessarily a full-stack developer, could go about getting something in place that could be functional. We could potentially have a functional data marketplace within a couple of days, within potentially an hour. And so that I will be working on that as well, potentially over this weekend. And hope to have some updates for you there next week. But yeah, things with Ocean Protocol are continuing to look great. They are the leader in developing open source data marketplace technology so that we can take that and build what we want to do, to build with it. And so this is, this implementation is coming along nicely. And is, I think any questions in my mind that had existed a couple of weeks ago have been quashed. And I think this is now moving forward at full steam. Cool, so Treasury updates. Again, I mentioned previously, NEAR has been transferred to ETH mainnet. And we are moving ETH from Aurora to subsidize the transactions, swap, and Gnosis safe formation. Cool, so that's just a real quick update on Treasury, and that's about it. So quick town hall this week, at least in terms of updates. I was hoping others would be able to join us up on stage, so that is all I had on the agenda. I just want to remind everyone to, if you're interested in any of these topics, definitely get in the guild. Let's start getting some conversations going on specific areas that we want to grow. And I will continue, I'll spend the next few minutes after this wrapping up the audio and making sure that I get the link to the audio into the agenda as well. So links to audio recordings and will be up on the agenda. Video recordings I'll be uploading to YouTube shortly. I'm actually going to try and get that done today as well. So that hopefully we'll have a YouTube by the end of the day with video recordings, which will hopefully get some more people in the DAO. And transcriptions I'm going to be holding off on because the automated transcription software I've been using, it's a free version, it doesn't do very well. There's a lot of words that come through particularly to things that we're talking about in DAOs and blockchain and data and cannabis that are not properly transcribed. So until we have somebody step up to volunteer to edit the transcriptions, then unfortunately I'm not going to be making those available because it's almost unusable. You might as well just listen to the audio recording or hopefully the video recordings once I get those up on YouTube. So that is the last of my updates regarding Cannabis Genome DAO for the week, and I want to thank you all for showing up consistently. Some of you have been here, I think, since the first town hall, and the new members as well, Billgood, BlakeBilly. So, Free Fighter, awesome conversations with you in the chat. Would love to get you up on stage here soon too, but no pressure. And everyone, thank you again for participating and showing up. And unless there's anybody else who raises their hand in the next couple of seconds, I'm going to say that this meeting is adjourned. Cool. Thank you all so much, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. Let's talk soon. Peace and love.